Hi everyone, you're watching Jana FX. In this video I'm going to make technical analysis for the coming week. We'll have a look at main pairs, important levels, and of course possible entry points. So we will see what happened this week, what to expect next week, and I was sending some screenshots, and all our trades closed with profits. I'm sending screenshots through Telegram channel, which is Jana FX, and it's absolutely free, so you can join it. So also guys, at the end of this video I will show you a little bit a new version of the EA. Jana FX Line Trader. It is, I call it really pro, and it has more settings in there, very good and advanced EA, I think. I mean, it's also will be good for the beginners too, because I will show you and make video with the details how to use it. It's a full version now, just exactly I wanted it, and it will be possible now to trade and use it with MT5, and also everything you will have in MT4, MT5, any pairs like in stocks and shares and Bitcoin, you will be able actually to use this EA for. So that's very cool and exciting. Yeah, I'll tell you a little bit about it more at the end of the video. So let's just go back to important technical analysis. We're starting with Eurodollar as usual. So, and this is 4-hour chart. So that's what we had this week with Eurodollar. I pretty much didn't have trades. I had a little bit of trades with it, but we were here last week, remember guys? So it actually went inside downtrend channel, and I was telling you that in here I only saw a possible place in the pending sell order. But see, on Monday the market started to just move up, and it's actually moved quite high. And then I was sending you screenshots that I'm waiting for some consolidation around this level and 3 areas, right? I had this area, that area, and the last area was right here. But it didn't stop in any areas and didn't consolidate, a little bit here. So that's why I had a little trade sell from here. And that's pretty much it. So what I can say that, like I was telling you guys, I still believe that, well, first of all, there was some positivity with Brexit, so that's why it's got a little bit stronger, and there is still pre-election, right? So we have another week is going to be of pre-election, I mean US president, and so I think possibly this week they might still push all the pairs against dollar, so they would maybe try to push dollar down a little bit more before election, and then after election I think it should start to pick up. So that's why it's 50-50 once again, because you see right now I think for this week, and maybe also that new election week will be a little messy with pairs. You will see in a minute with the other pairs, like it's been quite tough this week, and so that's why with Brexit news, for example, maybe some bad news once again, or some economical news. There will be some news for Euro, just check the calendar. So that's why it could be anything once again, remember guys, so anything can be. And so, but looking at this technically, right, so if we will, for example, not think about the news, let's say, of course they will be impacting, but what is technically, we're in a bigger uptrend channel, and we started to have a like correction move or downtrend. But look, it started to give it really nicely, but then it's jump out. But we still have the last top, and I'm not moving right now. You see that that's where the last top here, it's on a bigger time frame. You see it's just a wing, and so that's why this movement can be stopped by this area. Okay, so technically looking at quite easily can just go there, and it's a nice 119 price, right? Maybe we'll try to jump out a little bit and then should turn around. So that would be technically more that way, because we are an uptrend channel, but we still need a bit of a correction. So that's why I would have expected more that way. Also, of course, it might be looking like, again, a big double top, you see, guys. So it could possibly be something like that. But of course, like I'm saying, they might, before the if we're expecting a possible starting to dollar get stronger after election of US president, then I would not be surprised if Euro will actually shoot much higher, right, up to 120 something. I mean, it's 2093 plus minus, but let's say 120 is a round number, and then from that it will have a deep correction finally with the election, and then it started to go down. So I wouldn't be surprised if it would do something like that. Of course, don't forget about Brexit news. So that's why right now I'm just going to leave my levels as they were. I have this one and I have the area. So like, you know guys, for my strategy I need any consolidation, and then I just don't care where it's going to go, as long as it's going fast and enough to get me into the profit. So that's why from here I'm going to wait for possible now moving to finally this area which I highlighted this week in one of the areas, and then start to consolidate here, and that would be a nice opportunity to place orders both directions, guys, in and up, and of course down. So pending order buy and pending order sell with a bit of a distance. So if that would happening, that would be the area. So of course if it will not reach this, then turn around, then we will see where it's going to consolidate. So for example, this level also, right, it would be middle between one level and another level of this a bit of the uptrend channel, right? So you can see that orange levels, it's a little bit of uptrend. Then once again it will be possible, would be nice area to either continue the way up once again or continue go down. So a little bit bigger time frame again for you so you can see what I'm talking about. So you see that if it will not finish, then something like consolidation around this level. So you see it's enough up there and enough to go down, and then we will see what to do next. Okay, so right now we're just still in this area, and then that's the first possible entry points. Of course, I will try to send some screenshots if I will be able to the Telegram channel, just like I did this week. Pound dollar, same expectation. Technically, it was looking like it's an uptrend channel, and you see, guys, it's continued the way, but you can see we had like this head and shoulders, which would look like, right? So it was a little bit messy here, like I was telling you. Of course, technically we're an uptrend channel, and of course, good news for with Brexit will let continue go up, bad news will change the picture. So that's why it was a little bit messy with some news up, making it going up and down. And so all we do is usual, we're just waiting for some consolidations. We had trades with pound dollar. So you see, guys, for example, here we had a really nice channel, and I was placing the orders and I was sending the screenshots, and you see that's what happened in here. So first it went up, took us in a trade, then it went down, hit the stop, and started to recover. So it's opened the sell order, then it went up again and it's hit the stop and opened the buy order, and then of course then it went down and didn't hit the stop because our stop is lower, and it's continued the way up, which closed our profit. So we come out with a profit and recovered the losses we had here. So we had two losses here, but we recovered it all on this movement. So that's how the system works, and the use of the EA. So all my trades this week I was placing purely with EA and with the recovery setting, because the new version, and I'm checking it out how the new way of recovery helps there. It's a little bit, you can now change some settings there, which I will tell you about. But with the old easy light version, let's say with light version of EA, we come out with a profit after all. Okay, so cover the losses and come out with a nice profit. So that's how we worked out. You see, that's how it works. Because it was very messy here before something come out, because they were talking about the Brexit talks resumed, and so that's helped, as you can see, pound to jump up again. So, and of course, like now I had the trades here, guys, send also the screenshot. We were selling from here. I had a sell first and it's come back, then I had a sell once again, and so we closed with a small profit because it was not possible to catch the whole one. It was too messy and I didn't want to risk. That's why my settings were as usual, closing half positions and trail, but not too far, so I didn't place big distance. So that's why we only had small profits in here, because you see I didn't want to something like this happen, or like here it was, you see, also jumping up, down, up and down. For example, on Friday I didn't have any trades placed, but we had another profitable trade. So what is it going to be next? Let's say we are still an uptrend channel pretty much, as you can see, guys. We come out a little bit from this area like the previous. You see, that's where I have a bit of a consolidation. We came out from it and trying to stay above about 130, right? 130 price, and pretty much if it will start to consolidate here, then possible we're looking at some entry points once again. And again, guys, it could be possible movements any direction. So let's say right now it is in a little bit of this channel, so then of course it has a bit of a correction. Maybe it will have a bit of consolidation and continue the way down, like a correction in this uptrend little channel, right? So we still will be inside this price range of the side channel from the previous movement. So that can be if there will be nothing on the market, no news coming out about the Brexit. But bear in mind, anything can make a dramatic move, and be careful, like I'm saying this week, with the US election, with any Brexit news, the spread gets wider and can slip the price. So, and also check there could be some special condition with your broker, because in such uncertain times, brokers can do special some restrictions on some pairs. So especially for pound right now, of course. And with election also there might be some restrictions. So check it out before you want to place any trades. So that's what we were looking for. First possible entry point here, and then we will see if it will jump up. Of course, then we will see around that level, maybe the previous stop where it's going to stop, and if it will go down, also we have a little bit of the bottoms here. It's a big, it's a daily chart. Of course, we're going to go on a 1 hour chart and see all of this. You see it might go back down to the same area, some consolidation slowing down. It's very big distances you see in one air and another air, and we have lots of space. If it will slow down in the middle, something between, this we will be looking for. So first, now here, let's see if it will have a consolidation here. So that would be the first to look at. Dollar yen. Well, dollar yen, as expected, remember I was telling you, expectation was that it continued the way down. We were staying here, and it looked like a possible head and shoulders. And I also was telling you I didn't see any possibilities of placing buy orders, only was looking to place sell order. You see, first it jumped, gave us actually the shoulder, then turned around and just fall. I didn't get into this trade because I was waiting for possible come back and maybe consolidate here, and then I would be placing the order. And but because it just smashed it, so I just missed the trade. Okay. So, and then it started to have now consolidation here. So of course, technically looking right now, this looks like a bit of a bearish flag to me. So if the market opens and it will be nothing's happening, then possibly I will place my pending sale order from this level and expect it to continue the way down, at least to the next previous bottom, right? And then who knows, maybe it will smash it, maybe it will stop around it and continue the way down. Of course, everything can change, but like I'm saying, I still think that before the election, the dollar will be still under pressure of selling. But who knows, the polls, there will be some polls this week. I mean, they can change picture. That might be messy. Maybe it will go in the side. I mean, with any pairs, dollar pairs, anything in such times right now. So that's why technically looking like a bearish flag. Of course, if it will continue the way up, then we will see, because like I'm saying right now, like was here, it was only good for sell. Right now also it's only looking for pending order sell. Maybe it will go a little bit higher, so maybe I'll, like, you know, this level could be a little bit more. For example, it might go that way and like reach this area. Once again, to place buy here is a little bit hard. You don't know, it can be stalled by any of these levels. So that's why we will see what's going to be next. But first, looking at this right now, just a possible continue the way down. So we'll see, maybe it will stuck in this area instead. If it will go down and then just sit in this area, that would be quite nice for getting to this very narrow part, and then from here, you know, to go back up or continue the way down, who knows, right? But at this moment it's just this little area. So that's what I'm going to look at. Dollar Canadian, well, pretty much also didn't give me anything this week. I mean, yeah, I highlighted this area once again, and yeah, it gave a nice head and shoulders in here, so it was possible to catch a trade. But look at this, how messy it was. Also looking at the oil, we will look at it. You see, it's like it's so much noise in here, a lot of noise. That's why I don't like when it's happening something like this, but it was too obvious, the head and shoulders. And you see it jumped up just a little bit. That's what I thought, it will probably come out just a little bit. And I mean, it still was enough to place the order and get for a small trade. So it's like about 40-50 pips movement, which is fine. And you see, then it went down, up and down, and then it's just nothing. So that's why I decided I will not go for any trades and just wait and see. At this moment, yet again, I don't know if they will push dollar more down, or it will just sit in here, because with oil also it's not moving much. So that's why dollar CAD might just sit and consolidate like I was expecting a little bit in this area. So of course, if it will be pushed, it might go down and back to 130 price again, or maybe even break this time and go in further. I mean, who knows, they might push dollar even more, and then of course any of these levels could be stopping point. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if it can happen, like I'm saying. But the stronger the fall will be, I think the stronger the recovery, the reverse after the election could be. So that's why I'm not sure. I would be more, let's say, towards the dollar would be a little bit more consolidating, okay, consolidating while the election's happening. So that's why I would have expected will not make huge move up or huge move down, and then just like, you know, consolidate, making smaller move, and then just preparing for that big move finally. Yeah, at this moment, you see, I don't like anything much. I mean, okay, let's watch the same area, see where it's going, go from this. I mean, maybe it will have a nice consolidation once again, and then possible. It's quite a bit wide area, so that's why I'm not placing the orders inside this channel, and then just see where it will come out from here. Because right now, I just want to wait a little bit to see what to do with. Okay, so Australian dollar. Australian dollar worked out quite nicely as expected, except I didn't have trades with it. You see, I mean, I have on the other accounts I'm trading, I do have some trades pretty much, but not sending the screenshots, okay? You see, it's created, like I was telling you when I started to create a little bit of the channel, I have told you that just wait a little bit for it, because you see, it might give us a flag. So it gave us a bearish flag. You see, that's exactly what I was expecting. So actually, on one of the accounts I had a trade sell, and you see it's moved and stopped by the previous one of the levels of the previous stop. So now going back into the bigger screen. So in here it didn't consolidate, unfortunately. So you see it's just jumped. Like I'm saying, there is a way of doing this, like, you know, buy from the one of the levels, or like sell from the other levels, and just go for the small profits, which is quite easy to do with the EA. If you just place the orders and you go for this 10 pips and trail the rest of it, you can get more trades, okay? But it all depends on how big the account is. Of course, money management you need to bear in mind. So you see it's jumped, come back to the previous level. Now it's just stopped. So right now I don't see a good entry point. It's just it's stuck still in the same channel. Remember, I was telling you, because we had this bottom, I was expecting a possible it could continue the way down, and then we would have moved the level. But you see, at this moment it was stopped by this level and jumped back. And like I'm saying, if the dollar will be sold more this week, and it might continue, of course, the way up, and who knows, we might even try to break it if it will decide. But like I'm saying, I would have been more it will go up and maybe start to consolidate, you know, in this area before the next week of election, okay? I mean, not this coming week, the week after. It's like what, on the 3rd or 5th, something in November, beginning of November, right? It should be election. And so that's why maybe it will not make these huge moves also, but we will see. So right now, let's see if it will go into this area. I'm not sure if it will go into this area, because it could be too close to, I mean, it's 40 pips still could be okay. So the narrower it goes, the better it is, right? So if it will go into this area, that would be better. I mean, it might stuck underneath it, who knows, but for me it would be better if it will just go a little bit in here, and then this area to look for possible entry points. Okay, so right now just a bit of waiting time, and then we will see, of course, wherever it will go up or down, and where it will be other possibilities to look for new possible entries. So euro pound, pretty much the same, reacting on wherever pound does, and we had a trade here, was one of the screenshots I was sending. You see, we got a bit of the profit in here. I didn't catch this movement because look at this very, very tiny channel. I mean, it was really nice area, actually, the previous one of the levels, and but it was a bit messy here and created very tiny channel, and I decided not to risk it. Missed a really nice trade anyway. So then I had another area I was sending to you guys with screenshots in here, but I canceled my orders. And so it was the whole day on Thursday, nothing's happened, and then you see the movement happened on Friday. On Friday I decided just cancel the orders and not to go for the trades, because I wasn't sure again what's going to happen end of the week, well, it had a good move. So pretty much once again, it's going to be, it's what is it now, it's trying to come out from this looking like a wedge, and it looks like it's just getting to the side. You can see, guys, right? It's quite pretty more in getting to the side movement. So once again, we'll be waiting for some consolidation. Let's say it's go back to this area, consolidate, we can place the orders once again. If it will go down here, we can place the orders once again. Let's just see, can we place in the middle? Probably not at this point. You see here, we had here, it was a little quite not by distance to the next level. Right now, here, why I don't like as much is because this level. You see, here we were underneath another level, and now we are on top. So that's why, for example, we want to place the sell order. It might be stopped by this level and turn around. So then we don't want to get into the bad trade. So that's why I would rather to see this go a bit more down, a little bit down to this level, because it's still quite important level. It has this, you see the stops connecting, and that's why it quite easily can just have, you know, it's broke and then pull back and then continue the way up. So you see, that's what because that's what you look at, all these possibilities, and that's why if it will go to that level and consolidate here, then it would be a little bit safer than to wait for consolidation here and place orders. Okay, so that's why I wait this area first, that area a little bit lower, and the bottom. So, and then we will see what to place. At this moment, like I'm saying, there is no way to say if where is good. I mean, it's looking like still bullish wedge, but at the same time it looks like it's gone into the side channel, and that's why from here it can go anyway, which is based on news with Brexit. Okay, so now pound yen, same situation with pound yen. You see on the bigger time frame we are in uptrend channel as expected. We have head and shoulders created, but look at this, the shoulder turned into a big mess once again, which went into the side, right? So into the side, which I was warning you about because of this situation with Brexit. You know that once again. That's why it's not surprised it didn't continue the way up and it just stuck a little bit, and quite possibly it can be stuck in this area until something reasonable come out, because this week it was just some kind of news that they started to talk again, but there is still nothing about did they reach the agreement or not. That's why we see we had a bit of move up and then we went down, and so now once again let's wait for some consolidation. But be careful with pound pairs, like I'm saying. You see, it's very noisy, it gets very noisy, a lot of ups and downs. You can get into very much trouble. If you have small accounts with this pairs, you have to be really careful. But yeah, right now just nothing. You see, it's stopped in here pretty much, well, previous area nowhere. So that's why I just wait and see where it's going to next and consolidate. So let's quick on oil. Also is expected here, this 4-hour chart, no moved up much, moved a bit down. As I was telling you, I don't expect much from oil at this moment. So once again, so sit and wait time, it's gone on the side. I would still say possibly expecting a bit more down. Like I'm saying, I don't know how exactly it reacts during the elections and something. I mean, it's not making big moves at this moment, so obviously it's waiting for something. And with all of this COVID, once again, restrictions, I still see oil more going down. Okay, so I'm still will be waiting for it to go more down, more it falls, and then I will be looking at possible buy orders, but not yet, not right now. So for me, it's still waiting time. Okay, guys, now let's go to gold, and I want to show you a little bit the EA. That's the new version. You see how it looks like. It's absolutely new and different. Well, not absolutely, but some, you see the some colors in here now. And let's just see what's with gold, and I'll tell you a little bit about this new EA. Look, this is 4-hour chart. Gold is struggling a lot because there's stimulus talks and again election. So pretty much with those more concentration on those whatever we call stimulus. So, and they are not gone through, isn't it, yet? So they were just like some good news, then nothing else. And they're saying if they vote before the election, then gold should continue the way up. If not, then the gold should drop. So obviously it was jumping around 190 that price area, so all week. So doing some, I had some trades on it, but it's quite movements, quite a lot of mess right now. And so I can't say anything once again, guys, except just waiting for some consolidations like I do. But look at 4-hour chart. It's like not much of the data in here. I moved the level from for the like right to the top. You see the previous top, because we have these little tops, and that's what it was trying. It's broke. So first it was actually sitting in it, not breaking it. It was, of course, technically looking more, it should go down. Okay, so technically it's more going down, but it's not giving up because of these conditions, political conditions, right? So that's why, and economical, obviously, with the stimulus and elections going on. So that's why it's tried to break it, you see, it's jumped back inside, and then it's like up, and it's like really into this area, which is like so many levels going on here. That's why it's just so hard. Like I was telling you previously, I still see a possible pattern. Three Amigos. Was really disappointed that this didn't reach the top, because if it would have reached the top, then it would be really good to sell from here and possibly finally actually continue the way down. So that's what. Okay, let's see what I think. My expectation, possibility, my expectation would be that it will consolidate here maybe, and then still go up and give us that third top of this three Amigos, but maybe a bit higher this time, and reaching the one of the previous tops. You see, I'm saying, I'm not sure if it will be trying to get all the tops to, like, you know, to go and hit all of them, but maybe just like this one, like go to one, well, whatever we have, 197. I can see it quite possibly can be so if they decide to push it a lot and sell dollar, right? So to weaken dollar as much as possible, but there's stimulus, I presume. So yeah, I see that it might have this big move and then start to fall, because like I'm saying, in the previously with the election, first it was going up gold, and then after election it started to fall. So that's why I would still be more towards the gold should go up before the election. It should still continue the way up, but I'm not going to, like I'm saying, it's 50-50. At the same time, technically looking, it's in a downtrend, you know, in a downtrend channel, and head up recovery it should actually go down. So that's it. But that pattern this is definitely not the third one. It has to be higher than the previous. So that's why it should go higher and then start to fall. So that's why let's just see, and of course wait for some consolidation. Like I'm saying, quite would be nice area around here where they cross and everything. So if it will, like, let's say here, it's quite wide though, then we will see maybe this area. Okay, and a little bit now with the you see guys, so what does it does now? It has also look buy and sell, which is really nice. I was asking programmer to do it long time before, and so I have now not just pending orders, you see, like the pending when I'm placing with distance, but when I see a good entry point at possible, so I can just like press buy. I mean, right now it's not working because we are offline, right? There is no market is closed, so we can buy and sell, and with all the settings. So you see, if you see something nice and the market moves fast, you can buy or sell straight away. Especially with gold, it's quite cool when it moves quite fast, and then you can catch your whatever 10-20 pips replace, and then the rest will trail. So that's really useful. Then well, the level lines is the same. We have trend lines, and we have limits. Everything is all the same of this. But look at this, what we have now. We have these little arrows, and what they show, that what is for recoveries. And with recovery, remember guys, sometimes when we have too much, like you see, it can go up, down, up, and before it moves that big move, when we need to cover the losses and make profit. So you can change the direction. So when we are, for example, if we sold and it goes against us here, we will be buying, right? And then it's not going, for example, right? So we lost, and then it's buys, and then it's not moving enough, and we see, okay, it looks like it's going to go back again. So we can change the direction, for example, and then just make it, like, for example, sell again. So then sell higher, for example, not going somewhere there, and you can move the stop, change the direction, and then it's going to sell. And then you can continue, for example, more like sell, or you can press the other direction. So you can change it during the process. So it's not just leaving it E80 side like with this usual setups, but you can do it also yourself, changing the direction of the recovery trades. So that's something new and quite useful. That's what I'm trying to test to see how that would work. And also, so now look at this, there's more settings. I mean, it looks a little bit scary, but it's nothing to worry about. I'm going just to display now quite a lot of writings on the screen. So I'm going to place it like this, and I'm going to see a little bit more. Now it's in points, and you see where it tells you. So instead of like 120 points, instead of 12 pips, we now have in points. You see, it's 120 points, which is less confusing now, because you can trade like every pair now, any pair, on MT4, MT5, like I'm saying, and they have like different zeros, right, because of the different prices, and so they can have more points. It's easier now with points because you can check the specifications of your pair which you want to trade, and it will tell you like how many points there, and then you can set up, right, like stop loss 600 points or 6,000 points, for example. So what do we have new also here, guys, is the mode. There's a new settings, and they are very good when, for example, we have a good move, and for example you want to, like, let's say sell and then move your stop, for example, right, so it will not lose anything, and then you want to continue sell again, right, so you like building up, you sell more and sell more and sell more, but it's all protected. So when, for example, and you collecting more and more profits, so instead of just catching as usual a little bit of the profit and then trail, so you all the way can like put more and more and more and more cells. For example, the last one, you can, it's either, so you can set up like how many times it might do, see, like for example 5 times you might sell, and how many pips the distance. So that's something new which can hopefully will help to build up profits, okay, and trying to catch bigger move and increase the profit. So that's the new settings, which like that's what I need to play with, because they have a little bit different concept. The one is concept is for example conservative is the one of mine. I think when the market move, let's say 20 pips, then it start to, you know, place this extra sales, for example, and then you have nothing to lose. You using the first trade which would be in profit. And another one, for example, aggressive, if you are making loss on like next one, it will start to recover it too. So we will see which one would work better with some testings. It's quite hard to explain right now. Of course, I will try to make more detailed videos to show how it works and what it really does. So what else we have here? That's exactly what I was telling you guys. Maintain direction, maintain size. That's the recoveries, right? This is a recovery. You see a new settings where you can change the direction of the recovery. Like I told you, if it moves in the side, we get a problem because it's buys and sells, right? But then you see if it moves, like I told you, if it goes up, you don't want to, for example, buy here. You want to sell again here. So you see, for example, then you can change the direction, like with reverse direction or maintain direction. And also with this lot size, another good thing in here, guys, is that, well, let's just think once again, I'll just tell you, for example, sometimes what we have with the recovery, like, yeah, for example, yeah, you see, like for example, we caught here with the bad trade, so it's turned around, so we will sold here, then it goes back, right? So it buys here somewhere, and then it started to recover and recover, and we need, for example, well, I mean, here is quite big, let's say we need 200 pips to finish the recovery, but you see it's reached only 150 and then turns around again, so we missed the whole of this profit, right? So now we can place with the EA, like for example trailing stop. So when it moves, you can place whatever trailing stop you want, 20, 50, wherever, 80 pips closer to the target, and then it hits it, so it will collect the whole profit already. So wherever you had loss, a little bit of it will be already covered, so we will bank it, and then it will, you can also like change your settings, and then it will continue, for example, with, let me just show you the other thing. So in here, where do we have here? That's, you see, that's a trail, so we can trail, continue trailing, and the same, we can continue and maintain the same size lot, or we can reduce the lot size. So you see, sometimes we get like quite big lot sizes, and now it's possible to reduce them a little bit, and but except the distance of the recovery might be increased. But if you, like for example, leave the same lot size, it will not change the distance, and but it will already bank you some profit, and then you can actually decide, maybe you want to wait a little bit more, or again, you see it's going to turn around, and you can, like for example, again place one of those, press the setting, and then it will be like from here not buying but selling again, and then the rest of what you need to cover, it will sell, but it will have the same lot size, so it will recalculate that how much pips you need to finish that recovery. See, that's a lot of settings in here. Is really nice, but I call it a little bit advanced. You see there is more now here, which tells you pretty much the same. The lot size, what's the take profit, stop losses, recovery take profits, and then you can see if you like continue with original target, if your stop loss continues with the same distance, or you want, for example, change the lot size. So it's like all this a little bit more of the information here, but you see now we have this good feature that you can turn it off, like I was just had it. We didn't have it before, but now you see we can turn it off, and then it's not on the screen anymore, so you have a clear if you don't want it. I mean, if you know what is happening, right, so you don't want it to display, and then it gives you a clear picture, so now you can see what your market looks like, right, the history to look through. So yeah, there's really not very cool features in this one. Also, you see there is another settings. You can close all the trades, for example, all of them running, so in profits you just want to close all of them, just close all of them, and there will be some more when it's running. It also will show you some more buttons here, what the open trades you have, which are positive, which are negative, which you will be also close using the EA. Okay, so which is, like I'm saying, it's very useful, and it's very fast, and you don't need to calculate yourself anything, especially like I'm saying, buy and sell, and if something's happening on the market, you can quickly jump into the trade, and EA will take care of it once again with your half positions, because you see when it moves fast, you like yourself, you need to quickly like change the stop, put some settings in, but it's already built in the EA, and it'll do for you. So that's pretty cool. I'm quite excited about this. Let's see how it will work, and I will hopefully I will test it out and see myself with all the settings, and make all the videos for you guys with all the details, how it works and what it does, and hopefully in November, from the 1st of November, it will be already available. So yeah, keep updated, sign up, like I'm saying, get through Telegram channel is the better, JanaFX, where I will be sending all the updates and the news, of course with trades and VBA and everything and anything else. So thanks for watching. Happy trading, everyone. I see you in my next video. Bye.